There we go. All right. Hi, now we're ready today. There we go. We're ready for today. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and invite Facebook in as we're going live. It's getting started. We're getting ready to get into this morning's lesson. Today is May the 5th. It is all right, we're started. Hey Facebook, good morning, welcome. We're getting ready to get started. Let me make sure that I'm live here on my is waiting to get back to YouTube. I just want to check back in on my Facebook and make sure that we are live. I see myself live on the screen. Yep. Um, as you notice, I have a new background today, and my auntie made this background. Um, and I altered it a little bit, but I want it to look more African. So let me see. I'm gonna share on my feed, yes, and then we'll get started. Go ahead and get started. But isn't it just beautiful? I believe my aunt Melinda made this background. Um, and I'm just leave it there. That I'm gonna check on my YouTube. Hey YouTube, how are you doing? Do you like my background that my auntie made? Um, very artistic, very fun, flavorful. So I think it goes with my theme. Let me go ahead and send you a message. Good morning. How are you doing this morning? This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made, that the Lord has made. Hey, Facebook, I will rejoice. You like my background? I will rejoice and be glad in it. What you think? And be glad and tell me in the comment. This is the day that the Lord has made. Morning word, I will rejoice and be glad in it. Oh, this is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. Thank you. Thank you for watching. All right, listen. We're going to go ahead and get into our word for today. Now that we're all ready to go, it is May the 5th. It is Tuesday and it's 11:44 a.m. Um, the word for today will be coming from Genesis chapter 46 of the NLT version of the Holy Bible. I'm sorry, I have not been reading. Hey, Facebook, I see you watching from my Africa Bible study app. As you see the icon on my page, because I want to be hands free. I see y'all like my background. I want to be hands free. So my phone is here. I can see when the eyes pop up and how many eyes are popping up. But what I can't do, I can't hold. I know y'all, I don't know. I used to like holding the phone because I felt like it helped the viewers to be closer to me. But being hands free, I can get more into the word. We may try to do things a little differently, but from this standpoint, it is more comfortable for me. So let's go ahead and get into today's lesson. May not be as exciting as the other lessons because again we got to name off members of the family, but nevertheless it is important for a lesson in history. So today's lesson is Jacob's journey to Egypt. So Jacob, which is Joseph's father, set out for Egypt with all his possessions. Oh, he's moving. It's moving day. What an exciting time to be invited by the palace to come and live on your own select portion of land. And when he came to Beersheba, He offered sacrifices to the God of his father, Isaac. During the night, God spoke to him in a vision. Yaakov, Yaakov, he called. Here I am. Yaakov replied, I am God, the God of your father. The voice said, do not be afraid to go down to Egypt, for there I will make your family into a great nation. I will go down with you. I will go with you down to Egypt, and I will bring you back again. You will die in Egypt, but Yosef will be with you to close your eyes. So Yaakov left Beersheba and his sons, took him to Egypt. They carried him and their little ones and their wives in wagons that Pharaoh, remember, Pharaoh had provided for them. They also took all their livestock, their cattle, and all the personal belongings they had acquired in the land of Canaan, and the land of their work and the land of their labor came along with them. So Yaakov and his entire family, let's all go together amongst the people in Egypt. Sons and grandsons, daughters and granddaughters, all his descendants, everybody left. Unlike Lot's son-in-laws who were disobedient and stayed in Sodom and Gomorrah and were burned with fire and brimstone. These are the names of the descendants of Israel, the sons of Jacob, who went to Egypt. There was Reuben, who was, remember, Jacob and Leah, eldest son. The sons of Reuben had Hanok. They're only going to name the men, I think. Hanok, Palu, Hezron, and Carmi. The sons of Simeon, remember Simeon was locked away in prison by his brother Joseph, who is the ruler in Pharaoh, the governor, were Yemuel, Yamin, Ohad, Yakin, Zohar, and Shaul. Shaul's mother was a Canaanite woman. So Shaul had a different mother than the rest of his brothers, okay? So the sons of Levi, or Levi, as you know it, were Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. The sons of, remember the name Judah? Judah was a natural born of Leah, I believe, and Jacob. So his sons were Er, which Er died, I think, in 09, might have one Er, and it was with somebody, and they offered some strange sacrifice, and the Lord killed them. Okay, Shelah, Perez, Zerah. Okay, yeah, it was that's right. Though Er in 09 had died in the land of Canaan because they offered strange sacrifice for the Lord. The sons of Perez were Hezron and Hamul. The sons of Issachar. Issachar, was that the no, that's Ishmael. Issachar, okay. Were Tola, Pua, Jashub, and Shimron. Excuse me for my cough. The sons of Zebulun were Sered, Elon, and Jalil. And what I can do and put in the notes is who, if these were Jacob and Leah's kids or not, or were they his their maid sons. The sons of Zebulun were Sered, Elon, and Yalil. These were the sons of Leah and Yaakov who were born, and that's it. Okay. So these are Jacob and Leah's, we call it Leah, but Jacob and Leah's sons, born in Padan Aram, in addition to their daughter Dinah. Thank you. So the sons I named were Jacob, and Leah's kids. The number of Yaakov's descendants, male and female, through Leah was 33. Woman, boy, them was a lot of kids. The sons of God were, and number of Jacob's descendants. No, that's Jacob through Leah. Goodness gracious. I don't remember them naming all them kids before. Remember when we was learning about who she had? Oh, descendants. Okay. Maybe that's including grandchildren. Yeah. The sons of God were Zaphon, Hagi, Shuni, Esbon, Eri, Arodi, and Ereli. They like the E's. The sons of Asher were Imnah, Ishvi, and Beria. That's Beriah. Their sister was Serah, Serah. Beriah's sons were Heber and Machiel, excuse me. These were the sons of Zilpah. Zilpah was Leah's servant, given to her by her father Laban. The number of Jacob's descendants through Zilpah was 16. This is Leah's servant. The sons of Jacob's wife Rachel were 2, Joseph and Benjamin. Remember, she wasn't bearing while her sister was. Her sister had about 5 kids before she had 1. Joseph's sons, born in the land of Egypt, were Manasseh and Ephraim. So Joseph, the governor of Egypt, son of Jacob or Jacob, and Rachel or Raquel, had 2 sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. Their mother was Asenath, the daughter of Potipharah, the priest of On. So Joseph's wife's name was what? Asenath. I think of math for some reason, but Asenath. Now let's move on. Benjamin, the baby, had sons. I call him baby because he was the youngest son. Benjamin's sons were Bela, Becher, Ashbel, Gerah, Naaman, Ahi, Rosh, Mupim, Hupim, and Ard. These were the sons of Raquel and Jacob, okay? That means their descendants, their grandchildren. The number of Jacob's descendants through Raquel were 14. The number of the son of Dan, remember that name, was Hushim. The sons of Naphtali were Jaziel, Guni, Yezer, and Shelem. 2 L's. I wonder if that's Shean. Until I look that up. These were the sons of Bilhah, the servant given to Raquel, okay, by her father Laban. The number of Jacob's descendants through Bilhah was 7. Let me go back in. All right, thank you for watching. So something that I want to say. So Laban made sure that his daughters had maidservants. And remember, Raquel couldn't bear children. She got mad and went to her husband and said, "Give me children, I'm going to die." And he said, "Woman, am I God?" And he was like, "That's up to God, open your womb." And so she gave her servant first to her husband to marry to have children. Now her name was Bilhah. And then Leah did the same thing with Milcah. And they started competing with Zilpah. And they started competing against each other for Jacob's love through their maids who became his wives. But remember then the first son that Jacob had with Bilhah, Raquel claimed as her own son because she couldn't have kids at the time. So Bilhah had 7. The total number of Jacob's direct descendants who went with him into Egypt, not counting his sons' wives, was 66. In addition, so Jacob had 66 kids of his own through his maids, through his wives. This is not through his sons. 66 if you count it. Okay. In addition, Joseph had 2 sons who were born in Egypt. So altogether, there were 70 members of Jacob's family in the land of Egypt. Yaakov's family arrives in Goshen. So this is their designated territory. As they neared their destination, Yaakov sent Judah ahead to meet Yosef and get directions to the region of Goshen. And when they finally arrived there, Yosef prepared his chariot and traveled to Goshen to meet his father Yaakov. He ain't seen him since he was kid. When Yosef arrived, young man. When Yosef arrived, he embraced because he had to be a man to be working in Potiphar's house. When that wife came on him, when Yosef arrived, he embraced his father and wept, holding him for a long time. Father. Finally, Yaakov said to Yosef, "Now I'm ready to die. Since I've seen your face again, and you know and know that you are still alive." Yosef said to his brothers and to his entire family, "I will go to Pharaoh and tell him, my brothers and my father's entire family have come to me from the land of Canaan, and these men are shepherds. They raise livestock, so that's their trade. They have brought with them their flocks and their herds and everything that they own." Then he said, "When Pharaoh calls for you and asks you about your occupation, you tell him, we are servants, and we, your servants, have raised livestock all our lives, as our ancestors have always done. When you tell him this, he will let you live here in the region of Goshen, for, the Egyptians despise shepherds." All right. Well, Jesus is the good shepherd. So why do they despise shepherds? I guess they just they wasn't into all of the sheep shearing and I don't know. Maybe that's or somebody else did that. I don't know. Okay. So that concludes our story of reading of scripture for today. It is 11:58. It is Tuesday, May 5th. And I wonder if there are any questions or any comments. Do I have any commentator or any summarizing for the scripture reading today? Pretty much everything was straightforward, broken down. But yet today, Yaakov and Joseph did reunite after many years of crying and weeping, and I miss my daddy. And I know my daddy missed me, but he don't even know I'm alive. I'm yet alive, and it's just been this secret all this time. One, he couldn't help it at one point. He literally was he belonged to somebody else when he was in Potiphar's house. He belonged to Potiphar. Then from being in somebody else's home, which had to be hard to be a slave. See, this man was a slave. He didn't sign up for this. Somebody bought him. Potiphar bought him. But Potiphar liked him and put him over his house. So you would think, well, why didn't he just run away and go back home? Well, he had evil brothers awaiting him. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want him around, so he didn't want to be around. Okay, he didn't want to go. He couldn't go back to that because for fear of his life. So he just kept on moving forward, like he got thrown into the prison next. He waited 2 years there, and then he was found in the prison because he interpreted somebody's dream in the prison, who was reinstated back into the palace, and then he wasn't remembered until they needed him 2 years later, and he was appointed governor of the land. So all this time, he didn't know if his dad was alive. He ain't heard nothing about his brother. He ain't seen none of his family. So why didn't at that time he go and seek out his family? Well, he was consumed with trying to make sure that he could save his people, save these people. And so he was busy working at this time. So it makes you wonder about this is how things happen. Like, this is a real story. This is real life. He didn't even have time to look for his folks. But guess what? God brought his folks to him. And he had his own little plot and little scheme to say, hey, look, bring in that youngest. I ain't saying that. Bring in my daddy. Them the two I care about the most because they're my baby brother by my mama, and that's my daddy. Um, and that's exactly what he got. He got his entire family, and guess what? Not only that, he was able to take care of them and provide for them, and they got the best. You're gonna find out how good and well they was treated, I think, tomorrow in the land. So they because they were under the direct care of the governor who was second in command to the king. He had on the king's signet ring. So that means whatever he say, I got the king ring on, whatever I say, go. And if anybody had a problem with it, they had to face the king. And you see how the king do people when he be mad. He throw him in a prison. And then he took one guy and hung him on a tree who was just the baker. I don't know what the baker did. I don't know. Because, you be seeing them stuff in the movie about what the bakers be doing. So, I don't know what happened. I feel sorry. But just a true story. That's what makes it so interesting because it really happened. It's just an account of people's lives. It's like this ain't what you call it, fiction. This is real. This really happened. This was like really. I want to know. So it's really just it's really exciting. It's encouraging. It teaches these stories are to teach us lessons, and so but it does it in such an interesting people like look like they were living. You see what I'm saying? How it draws you into territories and you learn about different lands and people and how they did things. It just the Bible just brings the stories to life. And the thing about it though, while our imagination is just so creative, like it just words can just illuminate the mind. But this Bible, the Bible's writers were inspired by the Holy Ghost, and the Bible is the living word. So it's gonna be really powerful. Okay. And so I'm gonna go ahead and close today. And I say, as I always say, may the Lord watch between me and thee while we are absent one from another in Jesus' name. All right, I have enjoyed you today, and thank you so much for watching and tuning in until the end. I think that's what I want to say for now. But I'll see you again on tomorrow, faithful watcher. Now be blessed. Bye.